Yes. So why Python is suddenly super popular? It was introduced in the year 1989. Why it was suddenly super popular? Very less coding, simple syntaxes, looks like normal English statements, interactive mode. We can easily interact statement by statement. For every statement, it gives response. Multi-programming features. A wide varieties of applications we can develop. Many built-in libraries, thousands of modules it has got. General purpose programming, any kind of applications we can develop today. It's machine independent or platform independent, which can run on any hardware, any operating system. High level language, easily understandable, portable, right? And interpreted language, line by line execution, supports all databases and extensible and user friendly or programmer friendly programming, which provides simple syntaxes, which looks like a normal English statements. Python comparison with other programming. Just yesterday I was showing you one task, right? Implementing the task in multiple programming languages. So just accepting two values from the user keyboard and performing addition. So this was the code, right, in Java. It looks a little complex to understand this Java code because in every statement you can see one complex word. Yes, the same task I've implemented in Python. Here you can see like 10 to 12 lines of code. But in Python, just with 3 lines, right? Second thing, using Python, right? Just x equal to inputting the value for x. See, like normal English statements, enter value of x, input value. So I was just showing you some coding examples yesterday, right? How this Python statements, a graph I showed you, how simple generating a graph in Python. Enter value of y, print x plus y. That's it. This is the code in Python. So no complex statements or words in this. Looks like normal English statements. I was discussing about a module called math module yesterday, how simple, how we can get help, just like print function, we got help function where Python can help you, right? And also I showed you how is simple generating a graph, any types of graphs we can generate in Python, right? So in the today's session, I will be briefing you about this installation and environment process of this. Before that, you need to know something about this PSF, Python Software Foundation. You need to know something about this Python Software Foundation. Python Software Foundation, right? PSF. It is a non-profit organization. It is a non-profit organization devoted towards Python community. It is a non-profit organization devoted towards Python community. It was launched in the year 2001, almost like 24 years ago. The main objective of this Python Software Foundation to foster the development of Python. To foster the development of Python. In the year 2005, PSF, Python Software Foundation, received Computer World Horizon Award. And the president for this, Guido van Rossum, the personality who introduced Python, the same person is the president for this Python Software Foundation. Headquarters, Delaware. Official website. Official website. python.org. Python.org is the official website from where we can download Python and from where we can see the documentation for each and every Python release. So, non-profit organization launched in the year 2001, objective to foster the development of Python. So, in the year 2005, it received Computer World Horizon Award, President Guido van Rossum, and headquarters in Delaware, US. Official website python.org. Mm. Before we go with the installation of Python, you need to know something about the Python versions. So Python 1.x version, it was released in the year 1989. Python 2.x was released in the year 2000. Was released in the year 2000. Python 3.x version, 3.x version. Okay. Python 3.x released in the year 2008. The version what we are using currently is 3 version. From the last 17 years, we are going with Python 3 version itself. Latest version of Python. Latest version of Python. Python 3.13. 3.13. Stable version of Python. Stable version of Python. It is also like 3.13 itself. Python 3.13, simply like mostly used version. Mostly used one. 3.13. So we are going to download this 3.13 and install this 3.13 version. Hardly it takes 1 minute for installing Python, not even 1 minute, right? For installation of Python. Just I'll show you the process. Just a second. Just give me a second.
Why
Don't
it is
think
called stable versions? Like the other version was not stable, or
the
something issue,
latest
some issue was there.
stable versions of Python means, see, the latest one, Python 3 point is the latest stable version.
Mm.
Okay, just a second. Let me clear some space. 1 second. Yes. So before I go with the installation, if you want to do parallel, you can do parallel along with me. It hardly takes 1 minute. So before that, what I do, so I'll uninstall Python from my system and I'll show you step by step how to download and how to install Python, right? So just Python, right? 3.13.7 is the latest version. I'm uninstalling it. Uninstall. So Python provides different softwares for different environments, for Windows, for Linux, for Mac OS. For Windows, it provides two softwares. For Windows, Python is providing two softwares. If your Windows is a 32-bit, 32-bit Python software you need to download. If it is a 64-bit Windows, 64-bit, you're supposed to download and install it. So depending upon your Windows, right, it is a 32-bit Windows or 64-bit Windows. Based on that, you are supposed to download and install. Let the installation go. Just I'm minimizing this. How will you? But in the case of Linux, no need of any installation. In case of Linux, no need of any installation. By default, Python comes as inbuilt along with this Linux OS. Whether it is Red Hat or CentOS or Ubuntu, right? Whatever flavor of Linux you use, like Python comes as inbuilt with it, directly you can make use. But in Windows and Mac, you're supposed to download and install. How will you check whether your Windows is a 32-bit Windows or it is a 64-bit Windows? Means go to the File Explorer, right? And you can see this PC. Right click this PC, right? Right click on that and say properties. This PC, right click and say properties. 1 second. It will show you. Can you see here? Device specifications, system type, 64-bit operating system, 64-bit operating system. 64-bit operating system. If it is showing you 32-bit, but if you are using older version of Windows, if you are using older version of Windows like Windows 7 or Windows 8, if you got 32-bit operating system, you are supposed to download 32-bit Python software. Otherwise, if you have got 64-bit, you are supposed to download 64-bit Python software. Your uninstallation, this uninstallation is done. Successful, close it. Now, how to download Python? So, which is the official website for Python? Which is the official website for Python? Right. Open this Chrome. I'm opening this Chrome browser, just python.org. Python.org is the official website from where you can download Python. www.python.org, official website of Python. And you can see, if you want to see the documentation of each and every Python release, you can go for documentation. For downloading Python, download. In that, all releases, downloads, all releases. If you want to see all the releases of Python, click there and just scroll down, to the bottom. So active Python releases are there. I just want to scroll down, looking for a specific release, from the last 20 years, what all the Python versions it displays here. You can check, these are all the Python versions, like from the last 20 years. Since from 2001 onwards, it is displaying 2.0 version onwards. Yes. So you can see which version you want, you can download and you can install. So the latest version, 3.13.7. 3.13.7. So August 14, 2025. So almost like 1.5 months back, it was released. Which one? Python 3.13.7. Before this 3.13.6, 3.13.5, 3.13.4, 3.13.2, 3.13.1. So in this way, you have got many versions. Can just click on this, click that, select the version, scroll down to the bottom of this, right? Can you see here? If you have got Mac OS, can go with Mac OS 64-bit universal installer. If you have got Windows 64-bit or 32-bit Windows. If 64-bit, yes, most of you, I think you are going with 64-bit. Click on this Windows installer, download will start automatically. Can you see download started here? One download in progress, right? It's almost done with this, yes. Just 27 MB of size, 27.5 MB of size. Just click on that Windows installer, 64-bit, and just click on that exe file. Click on this exe file or go to your downloads folder and click on that exe file. You will get this window. Anyone doing parallel along with me? Anyone doing the installations parallelly? Say yes in the chat.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Hmm. Say yes in the chat if anyone doing the installation along with me pass. Okay, just it is 1 minute installation. Can do now or later, anything is fine. So whenever you download this Python, You will get, whenever you click on it, you will be getting this window. Don't immediately go for installation. Don't immediately go for installation. Can you see here? Add Python to path. Add Python to path. Select it. What is this? See, generally, if you talk about Java, environment variable setup, you say manually you do. But here, you don't need to do anything manually. Automatically, your Python path will be added to the path variable of OS. You don't need to do anything manually. Don't forget to select this option. If you are selecting this option, Python will be recognized from all your drives. From anywhere, your Python is going to be recognized. Don't forget this. Add Python to path variable of OS. Go to customize installation. Go for customize installation means wherever you want, at which location you want, you can install this Python. If you are installing this, right, see here, observe carefully. If you go with the first option, where your Python is getting installed, in C drive, in users, in Dell, in app data, local, programs, Python, Python 313 means into many, into multiple subdirectories. You need to enter and you need to locate. Tomorrow, if you want to locate where your Python, you need to enter into all this user, Dell, app data, local. So, but I want to install in a particular location of mine. Go for customize installation. And here everything will be selected. Everything will be selected automatically. You no need to select anything. Automatically everything are pre-selected. Just what is that documentation? PIP. PIP means preferred installer program. Documentation. This ideally integrated development learning environment. Python test suite. So just say next. Here also see that these two things are selected. Automatically they get selected. You no need to select. Creating shortcut. Add Python to environment variables. Add Python to environment variables. Okay. Now see the location. By default, here also you can see in users, in Dell, in app data, in local programs, Python, Python 313, it is. Okay. So just I'll keep my mouse here. I'll remove all this big path. I'll remove all this big path. Remove all this path. Just install Python in the C drive. Within the C drive, Python 313. Within the C drive, Python 313. Means what is this? Within the C drive, with this name, a folder is going to be created. 313 means 3.13. 3.13. 3.13, right? With this folder, with this name, a folder is going to be created. Yes. 1 second. Okay. Now just to say install, just this folder will be created automatically. Into that Python is going to be installed. Just to say install. Okay, just hardly it takes 30 seconds for installing Python. Yes. Almost done with the installation. Almost done with the installation. Anyone facing any issue with the installation, just go to python.org. Go to looking for a specific downloads. In the downloads, looking for a specific release. Select Python 3.13.7, the latest version of Python. And just if it is Windows installer 64-bit, click on that, download will start. Double click and select that add Python to path. Go for customize installation. Within the customize installation, everything are pre-selected. Say next. Select the path where you want to install, select it, say install, right? That's it. So almost done with this installation. Done with this installation, close. Setup was successful, I'm closing it. Setup was successful, I've closed it, right? Now, how will you check whether it is properly installed or not? How will you check means at the bottom search panel, at the bottom search, type CMD and go to the command prompt. Say enter. Type CMD and say enter. Here you can see this. Type Python here and hit enter. The Python version you have installed and Python interpreter has to be open. 3.13, this is the Python version which you have installed. Can you see this three arrow symbol with Python interpreter where you can type any valid Python statement and interact with it statement by statement. For every statement it use response. X as 10, Y as 4, X plus 4, X minus 4, X into 2, X square, 10 square, A equal to Ajay, B equal to Kumar, A plus B, A plus B, Ajay Kumar, X equal to hello, X into 3, prints hello for 3 times, X into 5, prints hello for 5 times. Okay, PUIT quit, come out of this. So it is working fine. I'm able to interact with Python statement by statement. For every statement, it is responding. Quit, come out. Now understood, right? Yes. This what a Python installation. Anyone working in the Linux environment, and if you want the latest version to be installed in your Linux, just to go with this command. Sudo apt-get install apt-get install Python 3.13. So if you're using older version of Linux, if you got older version of Python in that, if you want the latest version, like just you need to do everything from the root user in. So apt-get install this thing. It automatically downloads and installs Python into your Linux machine. Python execution modes next. Python execution modes. Two modes of execution. Two modes of execution. Interactive mode. Interactive mode. Second thing is batch mode. Just now I discussed about interactive mode where you can easily interact with Python statement by statement in this manner. Here we directly type Python statements. Here we directly type Python statements on the interpreter, and the user can easily interact, with Python statement by statement. We directly type Python statements on the interpreter, and the user can easily interact with Python statement by statement. Yes, sir. Some query was asked. So if you got any queries now here onwards, you can just interact with me. Stay. If you got any queries, right? So we shall Kokar, right? Immediately after 1 hour, the video will be available, right? You can check with that.
Okay, sir. And when we will be, WhatsApp will be created, because if I won't be able to join daily classes, so I will be asking my doubts over there to you.
So today I'll be just taking the class up to 8:30, right? I'll be extending it
Mhm.
half an hour. So tomorrow the link will be changing. You are supposed to get enrolled for getting the link for tomorrow's class, to get added to the WhatsApp group, to get videos to your Google Drive, and also that videos, that free videos access for that Linux MySQL will be provided, and getting the notes, all these things. Huh?
Okay, okay, sir. Means why I am asking means, yes, today I saw the Google reviews of DurgaSoft, so that's why I'm asking.
Okay.
They were that they were saying that videos are not getting uploaded time to time. That's why I'm asking.
No, no, no.
Okay, sir.
Daily will be getting all my batches videos will be updated, right? Separate person is available for my batches.
Okay, sir.
Sir, videos, how many months available? So,
For other batches, it will be for 6 months. For my batches, it will be for 8 months.
8 months, right? Okay.
Yeah.
From today onwards, so next 8 months I will be available. All classes,
Yes,
right? All videos.
yes, yes.
Thank you so much.
Hello, sir. I have a question for you.
So for general queries, I'll be giving time for you, right? So let's
Okay.
go with this, right? I'll be giving time at the end of the session. You can have all your queries. Otherwise, our demo will be disturbed.
Okay. Thank you so much.
Advantage. So interactive mode means just now I was talking. So we can easily interact with Python statement by statement for every statement, right? Yes. Advantage. Interactive mode advantage, right? See, generally, if it doesn't know about any Python functionality, you can type it and just check the response, what output it is giving. Based on that response, you can analyze what is it for. To test the functionalities of Python and for learning Python. So advantage is to test the functionalities, to test the functionalities of Python and to learn Python. To test the functionalities of Python and to learn Python. As a beginner, as a learner, this interactive mode works better. Batch mode means here we write batch of statements. Here we write set of statements. Batch of statements or set of statements. Here we write set of statements within the editors, or IDEs, and save it by using .py extension. Save it by using .py extension and later submitting to Python. Here we write set of statements within the editors or IDEs, save it by using .py extension and later submitting to Python. So we write some batch of statements, set of statements, and create a .py file here. So what are the various editors and what are the various IDEs supported by Python? Various editors first. Various editors means within the notepad you can write some Python code and create a .py file. Within the notepad you can write and create .py file. Within the edit plus you can write a Python code and create a .py file. In case of Linux, using VI editor you can write, nano editor you can write, all right? Nano editor. The first two are for Windows, the next two are for Linux. And you can use any text editor for creating a .py file. How you create a .txt file, in the same way you can create .py file. Later the .py file you can submit it to Python. And what are the various IDEs supported by Python? Various IDEs, integrated development environment, right? Yes. IDEs, various IDEs means like PyCharm, integrated development environment, PyDev, Komodo, Spider, Eclipse, NetBeans, Jupyter Notebook, VS Code. VS Code, right? PyCharm, PyDev, Komodo, Spider, Eclipse, NetBeans, Jupyter Notebook, and VS Code. You may ask why these many IDs for Python? Why not one or two IDs? Means Python is used in Python is used for different environments. Different environments use different IDs. For typical data science application, Jupyter Notebook is mostly preferred, Spider is preferred, right? Even for big data applications, Jupyter Notebook, Spider is preferred. For typical web applications, PyCharm is preferred, VS Code is preferred. So depending upon the environment to environment. So just, okay. Okay. So even I will talk about Google Colab. I will also discuss on Colab, right? Google Colab. So here PyCharm, PyDev, Komodo, Spider, Eclipse, NetBeans, Jupyter Notebook, and VS Code. So these are the various IDs supported by Python. So not like other training sites, not on a single IDE. I'm going to show you on multiple IDs. All the IDs I'll be showing you how to download step by step, how to install them, where to write the code, how to execute the code. Everything I'll be briefing you. For every 10 days or every 2 weeks, one ID will be discussing, right? We'll execute on one ID. So among all this, which is the mostly used IDE for Python? Mostly used one. Mostly used. For data science and AI, Jupyter Notebook is the mostly used one, right? Yes. Okay. Now, understood, right? With the various editors, various IDs supported by Python. Developing the first Python application. Observe now. Yes. Developing the first Python application using a editor. Example like Notepad. Just open Notepad. Type the following Python statements. Open Notepad and type the following Python statements. Up to now, I didn't discuss anything related to Python or Python statements, right? So just I'll take two values like x as 10, y as 20. I want to perform some kind of arithmetic operations like addition, subtraction, multiplication, and division. X plus y, x minus y, x into y, and x by y. Yes. Addition, subtraction, multiplication, and division, right? Yes. Just copy this to a separate notepad. I'm just copying to a separate notepad. Paste it here, the code, save it, file, save. I created a separate folder for this batch. So I'll save all this Python 7 p.m. batch in C drive. There itself, I'm saving it as sample1.py. Sample1.py, I'm saving it. So just I'll write the same thing here. Save as sample1.py, and now submit this file. Submit this file to Python. Submit this file to Python as now submit this file to Python as how we are going to submit this file to Python, right? Now check with this. At the bottom, type cmd and press enter. Type Python. Don't say enter, it will go to the interactive mode. Now I want to work with batch mode. Specify the path of your file, where it is available in the C drive, that too in which folder, Python 7 p.m. batch. And within that, the name of the file, sample1.py. That's it. The file name present in which folder, in which drive. Submit this entire path to Python. Just say enter, you will get the output. 10 plus 20, 10 minus 20, 10 into 20, 10 by 20, right? Addition, subtraction, multiplication, and division. Okay, understood everyone? Yes. Any queries you can ask. So just go to command prompt. Go to command prompt by typing cmd. By typing cmd. And just Python you type and give the path and press enter. But here, okay, you are getting the output, but what is your observation? You are getting the output, but what is your observation here? Everyone. But here, we are writing the code. We are writing the code at one place. Where you are writing? Within the notepad you are writing. And executing at the other place. And executing at the other place. At the other place means you are executing other place within the command prompt. You are executing within the command prompt. But to write and execute, but to write and execute at the same place, but to write and execute at the same place. To write and execute at the same place, we have IDLE, Integrated Development Learning Environment, which comes along with Python. We have IDLE, which comes along with Python installation, which comes along with Python installation, which comes along with Python installation, using which we can write and execute. We can write and execute at the same place, which comes along with Python installation, using which we can write and execute at the same place. Writing at one place within the notepad, executing at the other place within the command prompt, right? But to write and execute at the same place, we have ideally I'm saying, which comes along with Python installation. How you can open this ideally and how you can write and execute at the same place. Very simple. Already you have installed Python. Just search here. Search for what? IDLE, Integrated Development Learning Environment. You can see this. IDLE Python. Click on that. This Python shell gets opened in this way. Python 3.13. Python shell. This is one way of opening. Otherwise, you can see where exactly it is available means in your start programs, all apps, where all your apps. Scroll down to this P, where this Python, I have got all the versions of Python installed, 3.8, 3.9, 3.10, 3.11, 3.12, 3.13. Multiple versions of Python you can install, right? So yes, 3.13, just click on this. Click on this 3.13, yes. First thing what you see, ideally, what the first thing, click on that. You will get this ideally. Otherwise, go to search and type ideally. That's it. You will get this. But here, if you want to interact, interactive mode, but I doesn't want interactive mode. I want to work with the batch mode, batch of statements, creating a .py file. For that, just say file, new file, and write your code here, run your code here. Run option is there. X as 10, Y as 20, print X plus Y, X minus Y, X into Y. Just write your code and also save your code before running or executing. You need to save your code. Until then it won't execute. For saving, file save. File save. Okay. Save in the. I'm saving all these codes in this particular folder. So Python 7 p.m. batch. In that I'm saving it as sample2.py, right? Say enter. Now you have written the code here. You have saved it. run it. Run module. That's it. 10 plus 20, 10 minus 20, 10 into 20. Once again, execute it. Run module. 10 plus 20, 10 minus 20, 10 into 20. Okay, fine. Oh. So this is what we have discussed. What was that? Next things, just entering into the technicals of Python, just that installations, Python software foundation, installations, execution modes, writing the first Python application. Next, Python data types and variables. Data types and variables. See, every organization use case has got a data and operations, has got data and operations. Data represented using the data types. Data represented using data types. Using data types or variables. Operations represented using the functions. Data represented using data types or variables. Operations represented using functions. Operations represented using functions. For example, every organization, right? Yes. Take example of a bank. Bank has got data and operations, data like customer data, customer name, account number, address, balance, branch. Operations like deposit operation, withdraw operation, transfer operations. Data represented using data types or variables. Operations represented using functions. Operations represented using functions. So just to make you understand much better, just check with this one. If you are comparing C or C++ or Java, C, C++ or Java compared with Python, Python supports dynamic data types. Python supports dynamic data types. What do you mean by dynamic data types? I'll come back. But before that, in other programming language like C, C++ or Java, how they are defined? X as 10, but you need to specify int. Y equal to 4.5, you need to say float. Z equal to hello, sequence collection of characters we call as string. So without this data type defining, you cannot create the variables x, y, z in other programming languages. But in Python, directly you can say x as 10, y as 4.5, z as hello. No need to x as 10, y as 4.5, z as hello. Yes. Just no need to define this data types here. No need to define this data types in float or string. Here, what kind of variable x is means based on this data type defining, you are saying it as integer variable. What kind of variable y is means based on this data type defining, you are saying it as float. But here in Python, what kind of variable x is means based upon what value you are assigning, based upon what value you are assigning to it. If you are assigning integer variable, type of x will be, so there is a, see, if you are assigning a integer variable, if you are assigning a integer value, then the x is a integer variable which is created dynamically. So there is a function given by Python, type of x int. Why it is int? Because you have assigned a integer value to it. y equal to 4.5, you assigned 4.5. So a float variable is created dynamically. So if you want to know the type of y, what type? Float type. Why it is float? Because you have assigned a float value. Z equal to hello. Type of Z. Type of Z, what type? String type. Why it is a string? Because you have assigned a string value. So depending upon this value, what you are assigning, the variable getting created dynamically. That's why we call dynamic data type. So based upon what value, if you are assigning 10 to x, type of x will be int. If you are assigning float value, type of y will be float. If you are assigning a string value, so dynamically based on the value assigned, the variables getting created dynamically here in Python. To make you understand much better, there is a 4 cases I'll discuss. It looks simple. What happens internally which you won't be able to see? Case 1, whenever you define some x equal to 10 in Python, what happens internally? Internally, one object with value 10 gets created. It is going to be stored in a particular memory location. Assume that this is the address of that. This address will be given to x. Understand what x is storing. Don't say x is storing 10. X stores this address. X stores this address. Whenever I say print x, it goes to this address and prints whatever present at that address. What it says, prints the content. Prints the content at that address. Prints the content at that address. What is that? 10. What is the content at that address? 10. ID of x. Prints the address of x. Address of x. Prints the address of x. Directly if you want to know where exactly it is stored in the memory. 103070. Type of x. Data type of x. Prints the data type of x. Data type of x. What is the data type? Integer type. Right? Yes. Printing the content, printing the address, printing the type. 3 things. Understood everyone? How to print the content? Print x 10. ID of x, the address. Type of x, what type? Because it is you are assigning integer value, type will be integer type. Any query in this case 1, everyone? Try to respond. From here onwards, I want the sessions to be interactive. From here onwards, everyone unmute yourself and try to give a responses through voice, or you can also give a responses through chat. This chat panel is there. You can check. Now, case 2. Observe this case 2. Yes, x value is 10, y value is 20. Now, everyone try to unmute and respond. How many objects will be created for x equal to 10, y equal to 20? Yes, how many objects will be created? Try to respond now. For 10, yes, 2 objects. For 10, 1 object. For 20, another object. Another object gets created. It is going to have its address, that address given to x. It is going to have its address, that address given to y. Now, unmute and respond now. What is print x? Everyone. Print x, what is the x value?
10.
10. ID of x, I want the address where exactly. What is that? 103070. Type, data type of x. If you are interacting, if you are responding, you will get more knowledge. Means you will understand better. Type
Integer.
of x, integer. So whether your answers are correct or wrong, everyone keep responding. I want the sessions to be more interactive. Print y. Now try to respond. Print y. What is the y value?
What's up?
20. Address of y.
04080.
Type of y.
integer.
So इतना टाइम लगता क्या?
Type of y is integer.
चल, हमको काम धंधे से नहीं करना।
Please be in mute. Yes, Pratibha y.
हाँ ना बच्चे तो लौटने आए तो कुछ काम भी नहीं है।
Vishal Kokar, I'm getting one from you. You got any query, Vishal Kokar, right? So here, right. X and Y. See, just observe here. Two different variables, two different values, two different objects with two different addresses. Two different variables, two different values with two different objects with two different addresses. Okay. Printing the content, printing the address, and printing the type. Is this clear to all? Case 2. Two variables with the two values, the two objects, the two addresses.
Yes.
Now observe this case 3. Yes. For example, x and y. Here also x and y. Now try to respond, everyone. How many objects will be created here? Unmute and respond.
1.
How many objects? Everyone, unmute and respond. How many objects?
1.
1.
One or two?
1.
1.
Observe here, one object is going to be created. It is going to have this address. X equal to 10, right? Y equal to 10. Before creating object for y, it checks any object with value 10. If it is already available, the same address will be created. The same address will be given to this y. If x value is 10, y value is 10, z value is 10, don't think 3 objects with 10, 10, 10 will be created in the only one object. The same address will be given to x, y, and z. The same address will be given to x, y, and z. So here x, y, and z, they are sharing the same content. They are sharing the same address. They're sharing the same content. They're sharing the same address. Print x. But if x value is 10, if y is 20, z is 30, in such case,
3 objects will be
the
created.
objects will be created. Now here 10, 10, and 10, printing the x, y, and z. Prints what? 10.
10.
Address of x, address of y, address of z. Going to be 103070. Type of x, type of y, type of z. Same integer type. Okay, fine. 3 different variables, but only same value, one object, one applet. Observe this case 4. Here x and x only. This time x and x only. For 10, one object will be created with value 10 with some address. The address given to x. For 20, one more object. Up to here it is fine. But if I say print x, what is the x value? It prints 10 or 20 or both. What is your answer? Initially x value was 10. Now x value is 20. Print x. What is x value? Always,
20. The
always,
recent value.
always it prints the latest value. Print the address of x. 104080. Type of x integer. So before creating x equal to 20, first it will remove this and X cannot store two values, X cannot store two addresses. It removes that and creates a new one with a new address. Okay, understood these four cases, everyone? Printing the case one, printing the content, address, and this type. Case two, two different variables, two different values, 10, 20, two different objects, with two different addresses. Case 3, X is 10, Y is 10, Z is 10. Only one object, only one address. Case 4, X and X, the latest X will be considered. So coming back to this data types. Data types mainly are of two types. Fundamental data types. Fundamental data types. Secondly, collection data types. Fundamental data types and collection data types. In a simple way, I define fundamental data types means object to holding a single value. Object to holding a single value. Means, example, whenever I say X equal to 10, one object will be created, I said, with value 10 with some address. That address given to X. Means here object holding single value. Object holding a single value. Collection data type. Object holding a group of values. Object holding a group of values. Example, X equal to 10, 20, 30, 40, 50. One object is going to be created. One object gets created. 10, 20, 30, 40, 50 with some address. That address given to X means here object holding multiple values or group of values. Object holding multiple values or group of values. We call it as collection type. Okay. So understood, right? Holding single value, fundamental types. Object holding group of values. Okay, collection type. Yes. Fundamental data types and collection data type. Fundamental data types. Fundamental data types mainly are of 5 types. There mainly are of 5 types. Integer, float, Boolean, string, complex. Integer, float, Boolean, string, and complex. Integer like age 25. Float something like a height 6.4. Boolean which returns either true or false. Boolean values 0 means false, 1 means true. String means sequence collection of characters. City equal to Hyderabad. Just I'll take 5 minutes more. City equal to Hyderabad. Sequence collection of characters. Complex means real and imaginary. X plus IY. In general mathematics, you should have seen real and imaginary part. People who work with, who go with the mathematical environment, who want mathematical task. If you want to work with complex data type, complex. But here in Python, instead of the symbol I, we use the symbol J. So later I discuss about this complex. So mainly 5 types: integer, float, boolean, string, and complex. Yes. Collection data types mainly are of 4 types. Collection data types mainly are of 4 types. 4 types of collections. List, tuple, set, dictionary. List, tuple, set, and a dictionary. List represented using the square bracket. Tuple represented using normal braces. It is very simple. Python providing simple syntaxes. By seeing the braces only, you can identify what kind of collections they are. But dictionary also like key colon value, curly bracket. Example, x equal to 10, 20, 30, 40, 50. List of values. See, by seeing the squared bracket. Tuple of values. 10, 20, 30, 40, 50. Set of values. Curly bracket 10, 20, 30, 40, 50. And dictionary, collection of key value pair. Collection of key value pair like name Ajay. Age 25. Age 25. Collection of key value pairs. This is key, this is value. Key and value pairs. Key value pairs. Collection of key value pairs. Key value, right? 10 to 50. Yes. List, tuple, set, dictionary. So you may ask, okay, collection of key values, dictionary. But the difference between this list and tuple, only the bracket. So here, what is the main difference means, if you want to insert a new element, I can insert a new element here. If you want to add an element, yes, you can add. If you want to remove an element, yes, you can remove an element. If you want to modify this element, yes, you can modify. Insertions, updations, deletions allowed in the list. If you want, you can add a new element, you can remove an element, you can modify an element. These 3 things not allowed in the tuple. You cannot add a new element, you cannot remove an element, you cannot modify an element. It's like a constant once you define it. Main difference between list and tuple: insertions, updations, deletions possible in the list. No insertions, no updations, no deletions in tuple. The case of set, some mathematical operations like union, intersection we perform. Dictionary is collection of key value pairs, right? It's fine. So we'll be discussing, we have got a lot of discussion on these collections. List properties we'll be discussing, list indexing, list slicing, list functions, list methods, list addresses, nested list modification. Similarly for tuple properties, tuple indexing, tuple slicing, tuple functions, tuple addresses, right? Similarly for set and dictionaries. In the case of fundamental, right, you got a lot of discussion on this string indexing, string slicing, string functions, string methods, string special characters. In the next session, I'll be discussing about that string data type. Yes, fine. So this is today I was just briefing you about this, right? So reasons why Python is super popular. Python comparison with other programming, just coding wise, you can check how simple the Python statements, Python software foundation, right? Python versions, Python installation, Python execution modes, 2 modes of execution, interactive mode and batch mode. There are various editors supported by Python, various IDs. Later I discuss about these IDs, how to download, how to install, where to write the code, how to execute it. Developing the first Python application using editor, and Python data types and variables, and fundamental types and collection data types. And I was discussing about the 4 cases in this data types, like, yeah. So this next tomorrow also we'll go with the session, right? Same time at 7 o'clock. Yes. Tomorrow also we'll have a class 7 to 8. So, but tomorrow the link is going to be changed. You are supposed to get enrolled for getting the link to your mail. And from tomorrow, a WhatsApp group will be created, will be added to the WhatsApp group. And if you got any errors, you can take the snap of it and post in the WhatsApp group. Anybody can answer, I'll be answering that group for technical discussions. And from tomorrow onwards, you'll be getting the every session video to your Google Drive, the clear notes to your mail IDs. Fine. You can check this course content, right? Yes. So starting from, yes, I'll come
Hello.
back. Just give me 2 minutes. I'll
Okay.
just come back with your queries, right? Python basics. Why Python, history of Python, applications of Python, features, advantages, versions of Python, installation of Python, flavors of Python, Python operations, execution modes, interactive mode, batch mode, Python data types, Python constants, variables, input output statements, type conversions, comments, escape sequences in Python, operators, different types of operators, different types of IDs, flow control state. I said I'll be discussing on all these IDs, working with Anaconda prompt, Anaconda navigator, Jupyter, Spider, Eclipse, flow control statements, looping statements, strings in Python, string indexing, string slicing, string functions, string methods, string special characters, collections, collection data types, list indexing, list slicing, list functions, list methods, list addresses, tuples, sets, dictionaries, functions in Python, modules in Python, modular programming, packages, errors and exception handling, file handling, object-oriented programming concepts in which these are the side headings, right? In the internally we'll see many other things like regular expressions, database connectivity, installation of one database, and connecting with the database, how to write this, writing Python statements, Python data and time module, OS module, advanced concepts like iterators, generators, closers, decorators, working with CSV, XML, JSON files, graphic programming, Excel workbook, data analytics, data science, introduction to that. Pandas model in brief, NumPy model in brief, and Matplotlib model. These 30 topics in brief for Python Core and Advanced. We'll be spending around 60 to 70 hours, around 2 months. It's an offer batch just for 4,000 for this Python Core and Advanced. And apart from this, people who go for Python full stack, Python total package, the Django framework in brief, with around 15 applications you'll be developing during this course. And we can just go through that. And UI technologies like HTML in brief, CSS in brief, and JavaScript in brief will be discussed in MySQL. So if you just check with this, right? Yes.
Sir, actually, as the name suggests, Python using AI.
Yes, one
So,
second. I'm coming to that.
yes,
So,
sure.
so Python Core and Python Advanced around the 70 hours, 2 months, 4,000 is the course fee. And UI technologies, right? HTML, CSS, JavaScript, Bootstrap. People for only Python Core and Advanced and Python full stack. People who wants to go for Python full stack entire Python packages, this will be discussed along with Python Core and Advanced. UI technologies, HTML, CSS, JavaScript, and Bootstrap. The Django framework, around 15 applications will be developed. Flask framework and a MySQL database in a project. Topics from 2 to 6 also, right? Some topics from 2 to 6. Okay. So from topics 2 to 6 also 60 to 70 hours, around 2 months. Python for 70 hours, frameworks for 70 hours, totally 140 hours of this training for entire Python package. 2 months for this, 2 months for this, totally 4 months. It's 4,000 is the course fee for this. Frameworks, it will be for 6,000. It will be like 10,000 is this. But if you are taking the entire package with a single payment, it is 8K. If you're taking separately, this will be that So let me make it clear about the timings before you go with the payment process. First 1 week it will be at 7 p.m. Later it will be from 8 p.m. it will be starting. And the offerings from my side, each and every session videos you will be getting soft copy of this class notes, assignments and tasks to work with, a WhatsApp group for technical discussions, resumes and interview questions, live interactive hands-on sessions, and 300 plus code examples in Python, 15 plus applications, right? Yes. And apart from this, these are the offerings from my side from DurgaSoft. They are once you get enrolled, right? DurgaSoft offering Unix, Linux with shell scripting of DurgaSoft, right? Of 120 videos of this Unix, Linux, and MySQL videos of 35. You will be getting the access to this once you get enrolled. That's free access. This is given freely from DurgaSoft, Unix, Linux, and shell scripting, and MySQL videos. And also you'll be getting Python daily one video will be getting added to your Google Drive, that is Python. And people who got enrolled for Python full package, full stack, they'll be getting means Python videos, means whatever the fees you are paying with videos, right? That is included with the videos. No separate charges for the videos. By the end of this, you'll be getting this UI technologies Django. The videos will be only you can view it, you can play and check, view it. It is they are not downloadable, right? So and apart from this, I'll be discussing, right, what are the different AI tools used for this Python, right? AI tools for Python I'll be discussing, right? So for that, if you have some knowledge on this Python, you'll be able to understand this, like ChatGPT, Cloud, Perplexity, this thing, Gemini, all these things, and the various other tools used for this Python, writing this, handling this. Okay, fine. If you have got any queries, now go with your queries, right, everyone? Now,
Yeah, so these AI tools are not mentioned here, but are we going to integrate those AI tools with some ideally, or we are using it separately?
no, we'll be integrating.
Okay, okay. Yeah,
So, as I said, right, yes. So how we can use them even today's industry like while but once if you have got knowledge on this Python, whatever they are providing, right, you can be able to understand. I'll be discussing about those things.
sure, sure.
Yes, Vishal Kolkar, right? Just wanted to confirm we will have the class. Yes, the classes will be daily, right? Monday to Friday, the classes will be. Saturdays, sometimes I'll be taking, not all the Saturdays. Monday to Friday, the timings as I mentioned above. And here, people who feel that 4 months is too long, that is 140 hours, 4 months is too long, right? So generally, Python classes from Monday to Friday, you can attend these things. Saturdays and Sundays, there'll be some batches on these frameworks. 2 hours on Saturday, 2 hours on Sunday, 4 hours per week. If you want to go parallelly, you can go parallelly. Means whenever this core Python is discussed, right, UI technologies, you can go parallelly because these things doesn't require any Python knowledge. HTML, CSS, JavaScript. It takes 1 month for this. So by the time it takes 1 month for this, by the time you complete core Python, this UI technologies gets completed. By the time you enter into advanced Python, you'll be entering into these frameworks, both means in the weekends, these things, in the weekdays, those things, where you can complete in less time. Otherwise, if you want first complete Python code advanced, later you go with these things. That also fine. Okay. So as
Yeah,
I
so
said, yes, go ahead.
sorry. Yeah. Yeah. So if we are not going to try our hand on the development, so the second part is necessary,
You
or
want
what?
to go
Because
with
we
what?
don't have.
You want to go for what?
No, no, actually, I don't have any idea. It's the first time that I'm learning and trying to learn the
Compulsory.
Python.
If you want to become a developer, Python developer,
Mm,
Python full stack developer, this frameworks knowledge required compulsorily. And the
mm,
people who wants to go for data science, big data environment, data analytics, for
yeah.
things, this is enough. No
Okay.
need to go for this.
Hmm.
No need to go for
Okay.
this. Means if you want to
Like,
develop web applications or if you want to become a, I said two categories of people who learns Python. First category,
yeah.
they learn Python core in advance. They'll go for
Hmm.
implementing this Python in different high-end technologies like data science, big data, and analytics,
Hmm.
right? All this. And
Yeah.
second category of people, the first category of people, their career won't be in this. They'll be in data science, big data. All that. Second category of people who wants to have a career in Python as a Python developer.
Hmm.
Therefore, those people just you can check with this. Compulsorily, you need to have the knowledge of this Django framework. Along with Django framework, I am going to provide these other things which are required as a Python developer. So yes.
So we are in infra businesses. So I think I will go for only the first part.
Okay, that's fine.
Yeah.
So depending upon I'm clear saying clearly that there are two categories of people updating with Python, either going with
Yeah.
this data science, big data, or this analytics, or this writing automation scripts in IoT, robotics, all these things. The Python core in advance is otherwise people who wants to become a developer, Python developer, looking for a job in Python can just go with this framework like Django framework. Along with that, these other things will be discussed. Okay,
So
so
do you have the separate class for the scripting, or it will
see,
be learned
first
once we
core
will
and
do the
advanced,
advanced course?
advanced core and Python core and advanced will be
Yeah.
discussed commonly for both. And
Hmm.
people who go enroll for full stack, either they'll be attending in the weekends this separately or after the completion. Once you got enrolled with Python full stack or Python entire package, you will be going with Python core and advanced in this current batch. And these things you can attend any of my batches. Either weekend if you want to, otherwise after completing okay, that you can go. But this Python core advanced will be discussed after that, whether you want to go with this, can check with it. Otherwise, in the weekends, separately batches will be there where directly you can attend those sessions. Okay.
Yeah. So if we want to learn the scripting, like nowadays, the people are preparing a script on Python. So,
Mm.
so the first the core Python and the advanced Python is enough for that, or we will have to sharpen our skill for the further courses.
No, this is enough. Python core
Okay.
advanced is enough.
Okay.
Okay, fine.
Yeah. Okay.
So as I said, right, there is a change in the link tomorrow. Tomorrow we'll go with a different link. That is a paid link that you'll be getting to your mail once you get enrolled. Once you get enrolled, you will be getting the link. Means tomorrow, once you get enrolled, right, everyone you will be getting the link tomorrow, like at afternoon, you will be getting the link. It will be forwarded to all. You can see a big message is given by this online team. Can you see the big message given by this online team? They have shared their contact details if you got any queries related to that, and the
Yeah.
demo videos of yesterday and the previous day, the content for this Python, content for full stack Python, both contents are there provided, and their contact details they have provided, the payment details they have provided, the Google Pay, Phone Pay details, and the account details. And one note also they have kept, if you observe carefully there. They have given one mail ID and then please send the screenshot of your payment. See, people generally they'll get enrolled, but they won't share the screenshot of that payment to that mail ID. So compulsory need to send the screenshot of your payment to that mail ID. Then only you will be getting the link for the tomorrow session. Some people they won't forward, they won't get that link. So that's why they have provided a note. Just copy this mail ID and forward to it. Yeah. And from tomorrow onwards, so we'll be continuing from where we have stopped, right?
Yeah.
And as I said, tomorrow direct interaction with me means like a WhatsApp group, videos you'll be getting daily basis to your Google Drive. Daily one video gets added, notes you'll be getting, right? Yes. Any other queries you got anywhere?
Uh, I I don't have any programming background till now. I am doing
That's why in the
uh, yeah,
yesterday session, I was briefing you some examples related to Python code, compare with
yeah.
other language, some graph generation, some modules, right? how simple the statements of Python looks for people who are from non-programming or zero programming, right? The
Yeah, yeah,
Python statements look simple. So everything from the ground level to the advanced level will be going. Only
yeah,
thing is you need to do the practicals daily basis, attending the sessions and
yeah,
interacting. Whether your answers are correct or wrong, keep responding in the sessions.
yeah,
And daily, you can just experiment and practice it. If you got any queries at the start of the session, you can ask the queries. And during the running topic, if any queries, immediately you can unmute, you can ask. Everyone try to have an headset, right, for asking the queries, for interacting in the sessions.
yeah,
That's two-side interactions, right? Not
yeah,
me saying something and going off like that. It's just it's an interactive mode, right? Python is an interpretation for every line. What is the output you people will be responding. So building the code, learning is different, right? So everybody learns Python, but generally, if you want how to build the code, statement by statement. So statement by statement will be interacting, right? Yes. Okay. Any other queries?
no. Okay.
Okay. So if I'm done with the queries, if there are no other queries, I'm signing off for now. Meet you tomorrow, same time at 7 p.m., but with a different link. Thank you all for your time. Thank you.
Thank
Meet you tomorrow. Bye. Good night.
Thank you.